Welcome back to another Yaheim and Lutalo production. Woo! 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 To like have a list of some stuff I've been doing, just to talk about like HRT stuff because I recently got back on my HRT, and so I have like 3 different HRTs I take. I'm just gonna put it like that. I have 3 different HRTs. I have 3 different drugs I take for HRT. Now, for the longest time, so when I first started, I had all 3, but for the longest time, I only had 2 of them. But after not being on 2 of them, but like those 2 by themselves for a while, and then going back on the 3 while also on the 2, I can like notice like how big a difference it makes. It's progesterone, if you're wondering. So I take like estrogen and Spiro. Spiro is testosterone blockers. But yeah, I've been taking that, and it's been pretty cool though, cause yeah, like I noticed the effects of progesterone. Like I eat so fucking much. I used to think I was hungry because that's just the estrogen like in the Spiro, but it was the progesterone the whole time. The estrogen did help, but it was the Spiro kickstarted it. I have it as a cream, and I got very lucky in finding it as a cream because usually you have to go through a pharmacy and you have to do all this over the counter shit. But I was able to get it at an apothecary. Like apothecary diaries. They didn't sell any diaries though, but I was able to get it at an apothecary without having to like pay for any of that or to have to go through those hoops, which is really good. Yeah, and I've been noticing boob growth, which is great. Everything's doing its thing and it feels good. It's very affirming. And recently, I recently realized I've come so fucking far in my voice training. Like, holy shit! Like here, I'm gonna play a voice clip right here. Listen to this. Look at this. Listen to this. This is what I sound like now, but this is what I sounded like a year ago.
Welcome to another Lutalo production. Now listen.
Is that not fucking crazy? Is that not fucking crazy? It's really hard to notice any changes you make, or you getting better when it's consistent, it's incremental, but if you look like comparing where I started to where I am now is crazy, and it really does go to show like being consistent, sorry, is kind of everything. But yeah, it's been pretty great. So I got like a huge boost of euphoria from just listening to that clip, just because I didn't know my voice training was really effective. I thought I sounded basically the same for the most part, and I guess I sound the same to myself. So Oily told me, you sound different to yourself than how you sound to others, because you like feel the vibrations, which is really, really intuitive of her. And with the HRT, I've been noticing like physical, how do I say it, differences with, like, no, mental differences is what I mean. So my room is usually like always dirty. There's always like a lot on my mind. I'm always like, but I feel like since I've got back on my stuff, and then once I got back on all my stuff, my mind started to clear. I started to like check myself a lot more. I'm a lot more emotional, I realized, but not in like I start crying. I feel like I have more emotional range, and I'm able to like identify things a lot faster, like issues I have, or like bad habits, if they arise. Like I feel like I'm myself, if that makes sense. Even though I've never necessarily felt specifically like this for a long period of time. But it's really nice. Like I feel like my brain is aligning with what it is supposed to be, if that makes sense. Like, don't get me wrong, I love being a male, okay? I love being a male. But I feel like estrogen just works really good for my brain. Like certain drugs just work better for certain people. Where Oxycontin, or maybe Oxycontin's not a good example. Where like weed might make someone anxious, another weed might make someone else, not anxious, right? Same idea, right? Like some men say they try testosterone, or say they try estrogen, right? And they're like, I'm not really vibing with how it's making me feel, and they're like, and then they don't go on it, it's kind of like that. But yeah, it just feels like it's aligning with my brain. Besides the brain alignment, what else? Yeah, so I've been like really putting off and procrastinating, like continuing my job search. Now I have still been well, see, that's the thing, I haven't been actively looking for jobs as often. Like I have a bunch of job applications I've sent like hundreds of job applications at this point. Because if you don't know, I'm unemployed right now. It's very hard to find a job, and right now I'm only able to live where I live right now because of the graces of my roommates. But which I deeply appreciate them. But I need money. It's been a while since I've had a job. I had a job at Vasa, but that got terminated because background check bullshit. But that was their fault on their it. And then recently I went to a fucking interview at fucking Taco Bell, and man, so I went to I scheduled an interview at Taco Bell and Burger King or whatever, and I go there. Yeah, I had to wait like 5 days, but oh shit, my bad. I had to wait like 5 days, and I get there, and once I get there, they're like, oh, we're not hiring. Like, mind you, I didn't even preface it with this. I called the store prior to this. I'm like, hey, are you guys hiring? Because what I do is I call stores and I just ask them if they're hiring, because if they're not hiring, then I put my energy towards other places, right? But I call, ask they're hiring, and they're like, yeah, if you just go through the website and schedule an interview. It's like, but yeah, it's just so hard to find a job. I got denied working at fucking Waffle House, even though I could beat a bitch's ass. It's been very stressful, and I've been putting it off, like sitting down and just like, because what I do it a lot. I do a lot of it in big bursts where I sit down, I just go application all around like my general area. But I need to do that, and I will do that tomorrow. In the next video I make, I'll update y'all on that, just to keep myself up to par. I've been very proud of myself, honestly, as of recently. You know, I was gonna play 2xKO, but I just kind of want to yap now, because I've been like, I just kind of like sitting here yapping. It's kind of fun. But yeah, here. So wait, let me change my song. Anyways, so I've also been very proud of myself, actually. I've been so proud of myself in the fact that I have been consistently uploading, because throughout my entire career, you know, it says I started my YouTube a year ago. Technically, it was my first video, but before that, I had a bunch of other videos, like at least like 60, 70 other videos. Besides that, yeah, I've been very proud of myself in the fact that I've been able to, like, because what I'm doing is I have a TikTok, right? And then if you're on subscribe to my TikTok, I do poetry there. I have a TikTok, and my goal throughout all, I think I've talked about this before, but my goal throughout all my media is that I want to post something once a day. Now, it can be something as short as like a 5-second video, or maybe, or even as long as like a 30-minute fully edited video, right? In terms of like effort, but as long as I'm putting out something every day, and it's really helped me gain focus and like regain myself every day, because I'm living more towards the set day. I'm living in the day, in the moment, rather than living like in the future and like thinking and focusing on like that what's it called, focusing on the destination rather than the journey. But not right now, I'm focused on the journey rather than the destination, which is really good. But yeah, and I've still been I've been inside of more I've been talking more in trans spaces, just to get myself familiar with a lot of the community. Now, a lot of them are white queer spaces, because I made a video on this prior. It was a video after the last video, but yeah, I've been learning a lot about the community, and just how people operate. And at first I was like really like annoyed, and I was like, I felt the suffocation of the white fragility, but over time, I still feel that. So I need to like, I obviously I just like remove myself, because I have the power to not be there when I don't want to, right? But I realize these trans-centric spaces, they're not really for trans people to be friends and well, it is, but I feel like it's more about validation in transness, which isn't a bad thing. I just think that's something I've recently clocked, right? Like when you have a community of people, like say like the fitness community, right? Like a lot, like, well, that's, I guess, is also a validation. I mean, yeah, I just, but one thing I know, since there's a lot of baby trans femmes who aren't very secure in who they are, and they're just figuring out who they are, which is a product of not being secure who they are. And yeah, I feel like in that everyone is consistently projecting that they want validation, which is not a bad thing. You know, it's just, especially since it's not even done in a malicious way. Like who doesn't want validation? Especially since, you know, it's really hard being trans. It's hard. But I feel really bad about myself sometimes because I know that it's hard being trans, but I see these like white trans people, and I'm like, I hear them like talking about like this one person. Here, let me get the screenshot. Yeah, so they were like, we're talking about like how they're mad they don't have a support system, and I was like, yeah, you have to be your own support system, sadly, which is, you know, a harsh truth, but I kind of try and preach things that actually help, right? You know, because of course strive to have a good support system. A support system is good, but before any of that, you need to be your own, because if ever that support system, you know, crumbles in whatever which way, because you don't have control over other people or anything, then you'll be left in a very vulnerable and bad situation. I've recently experienced that, so I'm speaking from experience as well. But yeah, so yeah, they're like, I don't need that anymore. They don't care about support systems. I'm talking about society. I'm talking about the education system, the economy, the housing market, the government, healthcare, the job market, workplace culture, and I find it so funny because, like, what's it called? Well, I don't find it funny, obviously, but I just thinking about it, I'm like, this is black people go through. Now, I do not agree with some of the things, like everything being built against trans people, because even before you know, trans is being more of like a widespread thing in the US, like in the 1940s or so, like there was this, like, trans women, like as long as you weren't black, there trans women existed, you know, in these, like, and I feel like since trans people are like less, like almost like 1% of society, right? It's just very small in the U.S. 1% is a lot of people, but it's a really small amount of people in comparison. I don't think everything's built against them, but it's definitely hard to discriminate. It's just discrimination. I do think like most things are built against us as trans people, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel in my heart that I feel like it should radicalize these people, right? Like I hate as a black person, like I feel like it's like carrying like a chip on your shoulder. I feel, because you see how I'm also here wanting validation for my experiences. You know, like these people also want validation. Like none of us are really that different, but I wish more notice would be brought upon like the struggles of black people, you know, and especially black people in the trans community specifically. Yeah, because the main issue I have with this isn't that, you know, they're feeling this way. It's that they often think that they don't have privilege. I should have started with that, but they often don't think that they have privilege because they are trans, which, as a white person, that's just not how that works. You have to, like, you can turn off transness, but you can never turn off blackness. You just can't, you know. You'll never turn off blackness. You know, you can lose your skin tone, you'll still have black features, but yeah, you just can't turn that off. Now, obviously, you can hide being trans. You can't really stop it, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're able to hide it, but as black people, we're not able to hide it. And I feel like with that, they should be a lot more inclusive to like POC trans people, because I notice it in very small and subtle ways. You know, like in the selfie channels in these servers. A random white lady posts a picture, like, oh my god, amazing, you look amazing, and then a POC person posts a picture, and this is no I'm not gonna name names. This is no judgment, right? But like like in this situation, the trans person of color is like they got a lot to their look, right? They're putting in the effort, and then the white person, you know, not that they're not putting in any effort, but it's like, if like, obviously we're not scaling these, but I'm saying that they got no compliments, the POC, but the white person did. And then I saw another white person post right after, like a little bit after they posted, and then they started getting compliments. The other person got ignored. I'm like I noticed these things, and obviously it might not have been because they're, you know, black or whatever they were, but I just wanted to highlight the fact that it's we need to show more love, not just because I want the love, but I want like my fellow trans people of color to feel that love. That's why I advocate for it, because I know how important it is and how hard it is to get as a person of color. You know, it's just because you already have to deal with so much. But that also is a strength within itself, right? Me already being black and having to navigate that through like a very precarious situations helped me really, like, coming out as trans didn't really feel like anything, because I mean, I'm already black, might as well double down. Not like that, but I am not scared. Like I'm not scared to fight for myself and to be myself, and I had to learn that the hard way. But yeah. In conclusion, I don't hate white people. I love my fellow white trans people. It's just, I guess you can call it white fatigue. Ugh, it's just white fatigue. I just want to talk about it, man. Damn. And you know what else? You know what else I want to fucking talk about? I'm so fucking tired of the way these people infantilize themselves. I'm sorry. The H-I-H-A-I-I, or the ooh, I'm eepy, or my ummy hurt. Like, what the fuck are we doing? We are grown women. I mean, some of them aren't, to be fair. And I don't like this. I don't like the argument. Oh, it's like saying, oh, grown ass man. But it's like not even that. It's just, you're not cute. I'm sorry, you're not cute. You're just not cute. I'm sorry, you're just not cute. As badly as you want to be cute. See, being cute is an organic, natural thing that you don't try and force. But when you try and force it, I understand that you want to feel that type of, you know, I know it's all about feeling at the end of the day, right? But, sorry, I'm... Fuck. But, like, I know at the end of the day it's about feeling, but I need to let them know sometimes. So a way I've developed letting them know, I'm not I don't want to just be outright like, this is just cringe. I don't want to be like that, because I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to be confrontation. I'm okay with, but this is just an issue. This is my problem. Honestly, they're probably happy living their life. And I'm over here like, why are they doing this? This is so cringe. But I feel like when I meet other people who aren't maybe, you know, these like white band kids, they're gonna get a really sad reaction from the crowd. I'm gonna just let you know that. That's why that's like the chronic onlineness of it all, right? Like, you can notice when certain people are chronically online when they go outside, just by like the things that they do, because they haven't practiced these certain things in social situations to see if it actually gets the desired effect that they want, right? But yeah, that's just not cute. It's like LARPing. That's a new word, LARPing. I hate cute LARPers. Like, to be cute, it has to be organic. You have to. Like, they always go towards being like the baby talk, and I think that I've dealt with this also, like with roommates before, and like other people, like in that vein. Like, it's usually the women who are the white women, not the boys who do this a lot. It's the white women in these like very dense white environments, and I really wonder why. But I think it all comes back to the fact that a lot of culture, when it comes to what white people like in white culture, what is perceived as feminine is usually infantilized, you know, like, well, like your super petite, small frame, no muscle mass, like shit like that, right? Like being small, that's why they make their words small, you know, like a baby. But like the thing is, you can do that, you're able to do that and be cute, but you have to you need to know how to do it. You can't, this shit takes work, okay? You know, the people who are naturally just cute and adorable. Like, I have this one friend, her name's fucking Gabby. Oh my god, not fucking Gabby, but her name's Gabby. She is so cute. Oh my god. And she doesn't do that, like, that baby shit or anything, like, but she's like a full woman, and she's like hyper femme. She's like hyper femme, but like in like a, yeah, like I said, and she's a black woman as well. Cis black woman. She's so cute. Oh my god. And it's not even because she's like super small and tiny, because she's not. She's like the same height as me. Well, I'm pretty small, but like I'm like, and she's cute in like such an organic way because she's so authentic to herself. Now, I'm not saying that them being like that isn't them being authentic to themselves. Wait, maybe are they being authentic to themselves? Huh? Is that just who they are? Nah. Nah. I don't want to prescribe to that, because if that's who they are, is cringe, and cringe isn't bad though. I'm cringe as fuck. But the thing is, I know that they don't want to. I don't know. I just hate it. I'm trying. I'm trying to find like. I'm trying to find like a justifiable, like a logical reason to hate these people. I don't hate them. Sorry, to dislike these people. But fuck, I can't. Oh my god, I'm fucking crying, bro. I can't. Damn. No, there has to be a way for me to like, so we're at the point where we're like, they want to be like this, and I guess it's just, you know, they're able to do it with white people, but they're not gonna be able to do it with like people of color. Like they're gonna look at you like, or well, that's not always true. I don't know. The voices. No, I swear. But I don't know. Maybe it's just okay to dislike certain people and how they act, without needing like a profound reason. Maybe that's okay. But it doesn't feel right with me. Like I'm trying to find like a condensed reason, in a sense of it's not good for them. I'm trying to find out how it's not good for them. Well, like I said before, they would face, you know, the ostracization from these certain people. You know, even people like me who are very, you know, like spiritually in touch, you know, we're pretty woke, as they say, you know, like very conscious. I feel like even people in my vein wouldn't, like, a lot of them would be like turned off by that. That's just how I feel. Yeah, I guess that's just how I feel. I hate it so much, and it's so harsh. Like, I want to bully them. I want to. It's so bad. Like, I want them to stop, but I'm not. I don't bully them. But you know what? Here we're gonna meet a nice middle ground. Okay, a nice middle ground, right? We are going to like whenever they do that cringe shit, I'm just gonna post like a little gif, like a gif, like I'm gonna be subtle. That's it. I need to be subtle in my distaste. Like, they'll know that I feel cringe, but it's not gonna be a blatant thing where I'm calling them out and making and making a scene and making them feel bad in front of a bunch of people outwardly. Like but they'll know. So that's how we'll deal with that. So in conclusion, if you're like this and you want to be cute and shit, like the little cat face, you know, that's cute, right? The high, that's also fine. It's just like, in certain situations, it just feels very forced. And the thing is, nobody likes a performance that sounds super forced. They want to be immersed in the performance. Yeah. No, I'm getting somewhere. You want them to be immersed in your performance, right? You're breaking the immersion when you're not doing it in a in a proper way. When you're, I don't know. I've been talking for too long, but yeah, I just want to talk about that. So I think I've vented enough about that. God. But yeah. Besides that, I don't know how I cried about it. Why did I cried to that? That was so weird. Like, estrogen's so cool. But yeah, I'm gonna do more videos like this. I just like sitting here and talking about how I feel and shit, because I try and do that with fighting games and shit and playing games, but I also want to have I think I also want to have videos where I just talk, and then videos where I focus on playing my game when I'm focused on the game, because I realize it's games like 2xk. It's hard for me to focus because it's just a lot to do. It's very stimulating. And I haven't been playing it for fucking 10 years like Brawlhalla. So until I get to that point, I think I'll be doing that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. My voice is these talking videos as well as voice training as well, right? I want to make sure I am keeping up with that. And you know, like I like to have a high vocal range, but yeah, I'm also aiming for something for a certain sound. Anyways, I'm gonna stop. I don't know. I'm going off on a tangent. I'm trying to figure out how to end it. How to end the video. I don't know if you probably don't need a conclusion. You just watched all through all that. That's amazing. Thank you for being here. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you like this type of content, please like, comment, and like specifically comment, because I don't know. I was gonna say because I really need to know if y'all would like it, but regardless if y'all like it or not, I'm still gonna make more. So yeah, you see, I'm able to catch myself a lot easier on these like little things I'm doing. But yeah, you know, it feels good to vent on here. I need to do this more. Because the times I've done it I did it in like a sense of like I had to say something, so it came out naturally. But I guess if I just sit here and just first talk about one thing and keep going, it'll be natural, like it felt now. But yeah, okay, I'm not gonna take up any of your time. It's been sublime. I don't want to, you know, don't get sour. I know you're not like lemon lime. I'm not. I know the way I'm gonna end this off is a crime, but I love you and I think you're a dime. Bye. Mwah.